Good day, and welcome to day 2 of Valerie Says. I really appreciate your responses to my brave attempt, and I hope that in the process some of you did it. This is, of course, to remind us of the consistency is the key to becoming a more successful, unstoppable woman, especially in becoming happier, healthier, and wealthier. And so yesterday we talked about how to have a better day with 3 simple, easy to do, also easy not to do actions that you could take in the morning. And today I thought we should follow up with that with having a good evening routine that will help us to have a better quality sleep, because sleep is so essential to our overall health. And basically something that has been very difficult for me, because in my former life as a nurse and a mother of 5 children, I worked a lot of night shifts. It's the only free time I had. And so my night routines have been very difficult to conquer since I gave up that lifestyle, for which I'm eternally grateful. So let's kind of, let me share with you some of the things that I found that are fairly easy to do or easy not to do, and you can do them or not. Either way, we're friends. So maybe you're a young mom, and the only thing I would need to do for you is show you a bed, maybe give you some earplugs, and you're good. I remember those days. I slept for 3 days once when my husband took me on one of his business trips. He booked me in a hotel, and I didn't wake up for 3 days. It was wonderful. However, you may also be a shift worker, where your schedules are disrupted all of the time. I remember those days too. And or you just may be a worrier, and we're going to talk about that in another post. But basically, many of us have legitimate concerns and real stressors in our lives that just keep replaying and replaying and replaying. So if you've already got a routine that's working for you, great. But let me just share my 3 easy to do things. First of all, I would suggest that you need a journal. It doesn't have to be something fancy. Any notebook that you can use from front to back or back to front would be useful. And a pen. Now, I remember the days when I could only find a crayon, so whatever you have, just use it, okay? And then I want you to take the biggest things that are going around, those concerns, those worries, those stressors that are going on in your head, and I want you to write them down in your journal. Get them out of your head onto paper. You don't have to surgically remove them, but you do need to get them out of your head. Now that's done. Now flip to the back of the book, and I want you to write down a minimum of 3 things that you are specifically grateful for today. It's in the now. Whatever comes up. I remember a time with some teenagers that I was just grateful that they could breathe. That works. Okay, now, this is something I just learned, and it looks crazy and it sounds crazy, but it works. And that is, I want you to take, and you can start with 3 to 5 big yawns and upper body stretches. You know, like, oh man. Whew. And repeat them 3 times and feel how you feel. It really calms down the brain. Now you've done that. You've got my 1, 2, 3. Whoops. Here's your 4th one. Repeat after me. All is well. All is well. Now, have a good night's sleep, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. We're going to talk about a balanced life. It's kind of fun to live a balanced life if you just knew what that was. And I'm going to share that with you tomorrow. Have a good night, all.